What's up, YouTube? So I decided to do a mukbang and then get high with me like I always do. And you guys are wondering what I'm eating. Bro. Shrimp, broccoli, carrots, and snap peas over white rice. Simple. And you guys already know what I'm drinking. Mate. Because I love this. I really love these. Oh. What is today's story time gonna be? Okay. So, I was in Ridley. Hold on. I was in Ridley, California. I'm sorry, this just tastes so good. I made it at home, so. So where was I? Oh, yeah. Look for a lighter, dum-dum. I can't believe I literally started a video without having a lighter. Like, low-key good thing I did not want to do a freaking... I found it. A get ready with me. Or how I did my makeup in high school thing. Like... That's just so good. Alright, let's take a hit. What am I smoking on? I am smoking on wedding cake. Shake. And freaking Slurricane Dog infused pre-roll mixed into it, so yeah, I made this on fire. Okay, so let's get to it. So I was in Ridley, California. And my neighbors are probably going to be so annoyed because they're going to be like, damn bitch, are you fucking saying the story for the third fucking time? Yes, neighbors, I am. But this is for my YouTube channel. So, yeah, so I was in Ridley, California. Like, I went to Selma, California to go see my dentist, my oral surgeon. I got my wisdom teeth removed. Everything's good. I don't have an infection or anything, so that's, pretty good. So, we're good on that point. So, back to it. So, I was, like, gonna just go home, but, like, something in me was like, I want to go to Ridley, California. Like, I didn't even say I want to go to Ridley, California. I was like, I want to go chill out by a river and smoke some weed. Because that's what I like to do. And, like, I really noticed that, like, I am drawn to places. Like, I can't help but be drawn to the place. So, like, ever since I was little, like, we would be driving around, like, on road trips and shit. And I would, like, tell my mom, Mom, stop! Or I would tell them to stop. And, like, my dad would, like, rarely stop. And my mom would, like... I'm gonna wash my mouth after this. The rice is killing me. So... I've always been drawn to, like, places. And it's, like, the energy. It's always the energy and the vibe. So, I got out of my dentist's office. And I saw that this place was, like, 12 minutes away. And it was just, like, okay. I want to go. Like, something inside me was just, like, I was drawn to it. It was, like, a magnetic force just pulling me towards it. And so I went. you know, whatever. I walked down. I walked to an open parking spot. It's called Cricket Hollow. Or Creek Hollow, or Cricket Hollow, or Cricket Creek Hollow. Something like that. It has cricket in the name. And it's in Ridley, California. It's next to Ridley Beach. If you guys want to Google it. So, like, I'm sitting there. And I get a fucking B-by, and I'm just, like, sitting there smoking weed. Like, it's all good. You know? And this girl, like, comes up to me. And she's like, oh, do you want a blunt? And, like, I thought she wanted a blunt wrap, but, like, no, she wanted a real-ass blunt. So, we walk to her car, and she, like, gives me a grape blunt. I mean, like, I'm gonna tell you guys straight up. Okay, you know what? This is actually the blunt she gave me. Now, if anybody's wondering, like, why would you accept, like, a random-ass blunt from, like, a random-ass person? Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't get a bad feeling off her. Like, she wasn't a threat. Like, she was not a threat to me. So, look. This is, like, rolled. And, like, y'all can see, like, you guys can see, like, you guys think, like, holy shit, you actually smoked half of it. No, I didn't. I fake puff. And I'm not going to show you guys how to fake puff on this. Because, in reality, I'm still debating if I want to take this to the police department or not. Because when I smoked this, I should have wrote it on a big-ass sign, but, it tasted like I was chasing the dragon. And if anyone understands what that means, okay, drop that shit down in the comment, or I will pin it down below in the comment section. Someone please remind me to fucking explain what chasing the dragon means. So, you know, me and her, like, we're walking. And we're walking down Ridley Beach, and I was like, "Oh, what city are we in?" And she's like, "Oh, we're in Ridley." And I was like, "Ridley? I thought that was by Sacramento or something." And she's like, "Oh no, girl, that's a long way." She's like, "Where do you stay?" And I was like, "Oh, what she did tell me." She's like, "I haven't been here for 10 years." She's like, I haven't come here in 10 years. 10 years, 10 years. Like, it was very adamant, that 10-year thing. And, like, she was, like, telling me, like, oh, I don't think you should, like, come over here no more. And I was like, oh, no. I'm like, I go by energy and vibes. I'm like, there's something that's calling me here. And she's like, oh, what? She's like, that's crazy. And I was like, yeah. And so, when we were walking, down Ridley Beach, like, I'll show you guys what I had with me, so you guys aren't, like, totally, like, oh my god, like, this, like, girl literally was, like, walking by herself, like, unprotected. No, I'll show you guys. I got this. Flashlight, taser. These are legal in California, by the way. So, it's, like, legal to carry a taser. And what I like about my taser case is that it does this. Like, I can have it like this. And, like, it's in its case, obviously. And then, like, flash it up. So, like, I don't have to, like, worry about, like, taking it out of its case. Like, I can just have it, like, all I have to really do is just, you know, flip it back if I need my flashlight, or just, see, here it is. You see that red light? It means the taser's activated. You see, like that? It's just the flashlight. It's off. Flashlight. red light. And that's my left hand, so you guys can tell I'm like weak. You can still tell. Oh, and there is a function where you can have it. See, so it goes flashlight taser. Alright. So I had this, so I really wasn't like tripping because like I really will taste somebody in the fucking jugular. I'm not playing. So I really wasn't tripping. I had that in my pocket. Like I was good to go. And like this girl, like she was not something that I was worried about. Like in an easy fight, like obviously like that, like it was a given. Like even with her little fucking dog, like with that leash, the dog on the leash, like I don't know if like she was like already thinking about like what she's gonna do, because like obviously they like I'm gonna keep telling you guys like what's going on. Like I was already like thinking like, all right, dude, like if she tries to fucking pull that dog leash around me, I'm fucking tasing the bitch. And if she doesn't try to fucking use the dog leash against me, well, bitch, I'm using that dog leash against you. Real quick. I'm always paranoid. About the places I go to. And that's just as a woman and anyone in general, you should always be cautious of your surroundings. And, like, you should always be aware of, like, okay, I'm right here, but if I have to use something as a weapon to defend myself, I see that, I can use that, I can use that. Like, I'm always, like, looking at things that I can use as a weapon to defend myself. If I don't have a weapon on me, well, that's just me being a weirdo. So, we're walking down Ridley Beach, and, I get to a spot where there's, like, reeds right here, and, like, reeds right here, like water reeds. So, the trail goes like this. You can't see what's around the bend. And, I want to say, like, 50 feet before we got there. ¿Cómo se dice? No. I love snappies. I'm not gonna lie, I love my stir fry. My stir fry fucking bomb. My stir fry is fucking fire, so I don't care. Everybody think my stir fry is the best. Like, my shrimp fried rice is pretty fire. I mean, it's not authentic, but it's pretty on point. This is not my shrimp fried rice, by the way. Do not offend me like that. And do not offend Asian culture like this. This is shrimp stir fry with white rice. Do not offend anybody. But I'm saying I know how to make stir fry. Or shrimp fried rice. And it's pretty fire. I actually make it pretty good. Anyways. Back to the story. So, and she's like, you're not scared to go off with strangers and da-da-da-da-da. Like, you're so brave. Like, she's like, I could never do that. She's like, you don't know. And, like, she was telling me how, like, there's a lot of gangsters and a lot of people get killed there. And, like, a lot of girls get murdered there in particular. By the gang members. Like, they get raped and killed by the gang members. And I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking up to this point, like, holy shit, Tank. Like, what the fuck are you thinking, girl? Like, I bet you, like, a lot of you are probably already like, girl, you guys have been screaming like, go back, don't talk to her. Like, as soon as she offered me the blunt with the grape wrap, like, I bet you like some of y'all are like, don't do it. And I bet you some of you guys are just sitting here like, oh my fucking God, like, what the hell's wrong with this girl? And I told her this. I told her, I ain't scared of shit. Because I know I got God and the devil right beside me. And I got their army standing behind me. So I ain't scared to go to war against anybody. And she just looked at me like this, like, holy fucking shit. Like, did this bitch really just tell me, like, she said God and the devil in the same sentence? Like, she didn't say either or. She said God and the devil. So, yeah, she, like, kind of looked at me. And when I said that, I want to say we're, like, maybe, like, 50-ish feet to, like, 50-ish feet from, the reeds. And, like, I walked maybe, like, 5 to 10 feet. And I literally felt like, you know when you grab somebody's shoulders like this? Like, hold on. I'll use this box. So, like, I felt it like this. Like this. And then on my other shoulder, I felt this. So, I felt 2 pairs of hands. Just like that on my shoulders. And I stopped. And the girl looked at me. She's like, why'd you stop? And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I go by energies and vibe. And I don't want to go over there. And she's like, oh, come on. She's like, let's just go. She's like, it's not like I gave you nothing bad. She's like, it's just weed. She's like, come on, let's just go. She's like, it's not that far. And I told her, no, I don't want to go. I'm like, because whatever's over there, I don't want to get close to whatever or whoever it is without a gun. And she's like, what? And I told her, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to get close to anything without a gun. I was like, I'm not going over there. I'm like, fuck that shit. And she's like, well, I thought you were going to smoke the blunt, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh yeah, I can smoke the blunt and I can, like, multitask. And she was like, oh, so, like, I was fake smoking the blunt. Like, I took half a puff and, like, I knew there was something in the weed that did not need to be in the weed. So I started puffing and, like, fake puffing. I was just fake. Like, I was actually, like, I was blowing it out, like, basically, like, making it smoke, but not smoking it, if you guys understand what I mean. And she was like, oh, come on, let's just go back. And I was like, no. I'm like, I don't want to. And she's like, come on, please. And I was like, no, I don't want to. Like, I really don't want to. And so I basically walked back. Like, I literally felt like I felt like somebody, like, literally had my hand. Like, you know when you're walking with someone and they have your hand like this? Like, they literally, like, hold your hand. And, like, you know when, like, someone, like, holds your hand? And, like, when you, like, hold somebody, like, when you hold somebody and then, like, you holding onto their hand and then, like, you're holding onto their wrist at the same time. Like, you know, you're holding them. And so, like, I literally felt like 2 pairs of hands doing that. And I was still able to, like, do what I could, but, like, they weren't letting me stop walking. Like, I couldn't stop walking at all. Like, I just could not stop walking whatsoever. So, I just, kept walking. I just kept walking. Like, I couldn't stop walking. Like, even when I did stop to walk, like, I couldn't stop walking for, like, maybe not even 30 seconds. I had to keep going. And, like, during the walk over there, she's like, damn, girl. She's like, you're all the way over here. She's like, why'd you come over here? I was like, I don't know. I was like, this place called me. And, like, she's like, oh, wow. She's like, nobody comes out here. She's like, that's crazy that you came out here. And then, like, she was telling me not to go back. Which is kind of weird if you really think about it. And, like, when I was walking back, we were basically just talking. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, like, I can read people, and, like, I basically told her, and she was like, oh, shit. She's like, yeah, she's like, you're kind of right. She said I was wrong about the bullying, but she told me her name, but I can't remember it. I think she said it was Jess or something like that. I can't remember. Or Ness or something. I don't know. Like, it was something. Like, I don't remember. So, I'm going back, and, like, there's a guy right there, and, like, he looked kind of surprised that I was walking back. Like, he's kind of, like, giving me a weird ass look, like, what the fuck, like, she's coming back. And I just couldn't stop walking. Like, real shit, I couldn't stop walking. I love these. I don't know why. It's just something I love. If anyone's wondering, that's the drink that's named after a state. So, anyways, like, I keep walking, and then I see these girls in a Beamer, and they're, like, hella fucking pretty. And, like, I tell them, like, yo, you're hella pretty. And they're like, oh, thank you, you too. And, like, they're blowing. So, like, it's kind of weird that I didn't stop. Because I love smoking with new people. But, yeah. Then I got into my car. I started the car, and, like, I started driving out. And that's, like, so weird because normally when I get in my car, I take a minute to drive. But that day, nope. I was at the parking lot. I was basically putting the GPS home while I was exiting the parking lot. I didn't even put on a song. And so, yeah. I felt weird driving back. Like, I can really tell. I really wish I could say the name of the substance that the blunt is laced with, but I can't say exactly what it is or is not laced with until I give it to a cop. And then even then, a cop's gonna be like, hold on. So, you went somewhere where you basically didn't know anyone, didn't tell anyone where you were going. Sorry, I'm looking at my food. And put yourself in a life-threatening situation. You got offered a substance. You got offered weed by a complete stranger. You accepted it. Not only did you smoke it and know that it was laced with another drug, you pretended to smoke it in front of these people where they basically thought that you were going to be incapacitated by this drug. Oh yeah, I can just imagine Bumfuck Nowhere PD. That's what I'm gonna nickname my city. When everybody says, "Where do you live?" I'm from San Jose, but I live in Bumfuck Nowhere right now. Bumfuck Nowhere PD is probably going to be like, seriously, Tina? Seriously? We are taking you to the mental hospital because that was a very unsafe decision. And I don't want them to, like... And you know what'll be even worse? as if I'm completely right, and then like they basically tell me like, okay, Tina, if anybody's wondering, my name is not really Tank, it's Tina. They're gonna be like, okay, Tina, look, listen to me, sweetheart. You are going to do this, okay? You're going to do this. Listen to me. You're gonna. If it really was, they would literally like call me and be like, we have to drug test you. If it came back positive for what I'm pretty sure that it's positive for, and I'm gonna be like, why? And they're gonna be like, we have to drug test you because you really just handed Hohen. You just basically gave Hohen. Yeah, that's what we'll just call it for now. You just basically gave Hohen to the cops. Like, no, we are drug testing you, bitch. If anyone's wondering why I'm not smoking cigarettes, I don't have cigarettes. And I'm not going to drink on YouTube because I don't know if that's, like, allowed. They'll be like, so we're going to drug test you. And I'll be like, no, you're not. And they'll be like, why? I'll be like, because as soon as I go in to drug test me, for you guys to drug test me, you're going to arrest me for possession of narcotics. Because, one, I smoked it, knew what it was, kept it for a few days, and then handed it over instead of, like, driving straight to Ridley Police and like handing it over. It's like, no, I'm not gonna freaking drive to Ridley Police when I think I'm going to freaking get murdered or I'm going to get abducted. Why? Because what if the doctors see that I like go to the cops and they're gonna be like, oh, now we really have to like kidnap and abduct her, because the cops are gonna be like, okay, well, we'll take this report, blah, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. And then the, like, kidnappers or abductors or, like, whatever the fuck they're doing. If it's all real, this is just me, like, I have a feeling that I was going to die. Like, oh my god, this is pissing me off. If anyone is wondering why I am letting my freaking hair just go like this, like, why I'm letting my freaking roots grow out so much, it is because I do not like this. I do not like this. I do not like this at all. Like, this is not the hair. Like, no. I don't like it. We're going back to black. So, yeah, like, I already know what's going to happen, like, once I do hand this over to the cops. Like, at the same time, I don't give a fuck because I don't want this shit. So, I could either just fucking toss it, let somebody else smoke it, or just keep it and make sure nobody else touches it. Or just fucking burn it and not smoke it. And that's going to be really funny because I'm going to be just burning evidence. But yeah, like, I don't know what to do, like, honestly, when it comes to this. Because, like, I know, like, the right thing to do is, like, tell them so they can, like, do their jobs. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Because, like, this girl gave me a blunt. And she didn't even, like, it wasn't even that she was, like, trying to, like, sell weed. She just said she was trying to get rid of it. And I was just like, okay, you know, whatever. But, like, there's something about that spot that's calling to me. And I want to go again, but I don't want to go by myself. But, yeah. That was basically... Oh, shit, I'm not even done. Okay, so when I, like, got out the parking lot, the girl, like, kind of took her time, but, like, she got in her car, and she actually followed me for a minute. So, she followed me, and, like, once I hit, Mountain View, she went straight, because I turned right. So she, like, I really want to say she followed me for, like, more than a mile and a half. So, when I went right on Mountain View, Avenue, she went straight, and so I basically saw another white, like, I was by myself for a minute, and then like I saw more cars, and like I saw that like traffic was passing me, but like at the same time I did not give a fuck. Like I wanted to be where there was like, I wanted to basically like be that little car where they're like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And so I basically just stayed with traffic, and then I saw like a white car get close to me. Another white car, like it was like hella weird, like it was just like a random ass white car. But like I just got a really bad vibe from that white car, because like I was going under speed limit, and like that white car was going under speed limit. Like every other car was like going around me except this white car. You feel me? So that's like kind of sus. So that's already suspect. And so basically I go, this car's like basically following me the whole way down Mountain View. And I'm telling you, like, I'm basically, once I get to where the traffic is, like, I'm staying with traffic, but I'm really going under speed limit, because the speed limit is 65, and I'm going 60, 55, 60. So I'm really going under speed limit. And like in reality, I was trying to get pulled over, because I want to get pulled over by CHP, so I could like explain the situation to them. But I probably would have got sent to the mental hospital. But probably not, because I could have just explained the situation. But yeah, they stayed with me. And then, like, I turned left on, what's it called? I turned left on the 43. So, once I got to the 43, I turned left. And so, I just took the 43 all the way down to Hanford. And, like, I went all the way down to Hanford. And once I got to Hanford, I basically got on the freeway to get home, the 198, and I just took it all the way down. And I noticed that once this car didn't follow me onto the 43, but like I want to say, like, because the 43 is kind of like low-key long, a white Cadillac got behind me. And you guys are probably like, okay, you know, that's kind of weird. Again, I got a bad vibe off it. So I was just going, again, under speed limit. I was going speed limit or under. Alright? This Cadillac was keeping with me. And so I got on the 41. And from the 198, I got on the 41. I went left on the 41. And basically, I went down the 41. I was actually going under speed limit too, so I was going 55. Like, I probably should have, like, maybe gassed it. But it would have just been my luck that I would have not gone pulled over. And, like, honestly, if there was, like, if I would have seen a cop, I probably more than likely would have flashed my lights and had them pull over. I didn't want to call them because I didn't want to sound paranoid either. So, like, and I couldn't really say, like, oh, yeah, you know, like, it's suspicious because it's all white cars. Like, come on, that looks stupid, too. And, so, what's it called? Oh, yeah, so, like, I basically, when I was on the 41, I went, right on this little street. Like, I don't even know what the street's called, honestly. I just know what streets to turn on. And that's just so fucking sad to honestly say it. So, like, I turned on the street that, like, it's really, like, a fucking hole-in-the-wall street. Like, it's really just, like, one of those, like, side country roads that, like, only truckers and, like, agricultures and, like, the people that work there, go down. You feel me? But that's the way that I get home. So, I basically took it, and then, like, the Cadillac turned with me. So I was like, and it's like, you could, like, really tell, and, like, I was, like, low-key kind of getting scared, because I was like, fuck, bro, like, I was kind of, like, my heart was, like, kind of pounding, but, like, and so, I kept going. I was like, well, fuck it. I'm like, if there's no construction people, I'm like, I'm just gonna gun it and just like dip. Like, I'm just gonna make a run for it and just go park at the gas station and go inside the gas station and just tell them like, hey, I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit. And they said, why? I'm just gonna be like, no reason. Like, I just want to sit here for a little bit. And like, they probably wouldn't even question me. So, but he turned off where the construction people were, so, like, you're probably, like, thinking, like, oh, okay, you know, like, it's not that bad. But when I got to the stop sign, and I went straight, in front of me was a white Nissan. And I was like, okay. And that kind of made me, like, a little, like, iffy. And, like, I couldn't really be sure if it was or it's not. But, like, it just made me feel, like, uncomfortable. Because then behind me was another white Nissan. So, like, that was just, like, a little, like, iffy-er. Because, like, one white Nissan's a coincidence. Two white Nissans is weird. So, we're just, like, going straight. And I'm just like, fuck. Okay, whatever. And I basically just say, fuck it, bro. Like, they basically have to show their ID at the gate to get into my apartment anyway, so fuck it, whatever. So they basically, I was going, and then I was like, alright, so the white Nissan kept going straight, and then I didn't even put my turn signal on until I was already gonna switch into the lane. So like, I switched into the turn lane, and like I put my signal, where I get to the turn to get to my house. And the white Nissan just kept going. So it was kind of weird because, like, it wasn't weird because, like, it wasn't, and it was kind of weird because, like, there's a gas station right there. So, like, maybe they got spooked because they thought I was going to a gas station. Or maybe it was just, like, really random. And I was already scared, and, like, two white Nissans showed up. But then, another white car went in behind me, and I was like, alright, screw it. And then, like, I turned, and then I went into, I drove, and they were going straight, and then, like, they saw that, like, I turned this way, and they went in, and they stopped, and I was like, okay, you know, like, whatever. Like, I just stopped, and I went in, because, like, I live there, I can go in there. And it says, stop, all visitors must, like, show up at the gate. So, like, maybe they thought, like, oh, okay, it's, like, I don't know what they're thinking, but maybe they weren't thinking it through. But I did not see them go anywhere, and like I saw some neighbor people like go in, so I haven't seen them lately, and I've been peeping, and everything's been cool. But like, yeah, that's like one of those life experience. Like, hey kids, repeat after me. Do not try this at home. You might die. Alright, well, if you guys see me like doing this and covering my bangs, is because I really do not like my bangs at all. I honestly like my hair one color. It feels more mean having just one color. So, yeah. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.